Welcome to all of our families. The 2021 school year will be unlike any other in our history. Our leaders and staff have been working hard at developing comprehensive plans to ensure that our scholars will have an awesome learning experience in all types of learning environments. While we're always poised to change our approach if needed to keep our scholars and staff safe and healthy, please know that our entire staff is 100% committed to providing the best educational experience for your child. Your Uplift teachers and staff are all in starting on day one. Today's session is about how to prepare for remote learning at Uplift this August. So what is our current situation? The coronavirus has created a worldwide pandemic that requires everyone to do their part in order to keep people as safe as possible. In North Texas, each county has set their own dates for when schools can reopen for in-person school. All Uplift schools will start virtual learning activities during the week of August 10th. Virtual classes for scholars will begin the week of August 17th. For Dallas County schools, we will begin in-person learning starting the week of September 8th, and Tarrant County schools will begin in-person learning starting on September 28th. Please note, these dates are subject to change based on county orders. These dates reflect the current plan to reopen and will be adjusted if required. We want our families to know that virtual school will provide you with the same quality of education that you would receive with an in-person experience at Uplift schools. So while many districts are struggling to finalize plans and figure out how to make this happen, our plans for this have been ready and in place for weeks. We'll still be teaching using the International Baccalaureate model, but we are also excited to be able to implement new teaching strategies to meet the needs of all scholars. The week of August 10th through the 14th will be used for parent-teacher conferences on Zoom, completing and submitting summer assignments, picking up technology, and completing some online student trainings. Formal instruction for students begins the week of August 17th. We want everyone to have a chance to get used to this new environment, get to know their teacher, and make sure that their scholar can fully engage in the learning experience. A large majority of our scholars already have Chromebooks because we loaned out over 5,000 computers last spring, but we want to make sure that everyone is equally able to use the technology that will be required for virtual learning. We'll cover technology later in this presentation, but we want our scholars to also be all in on day one. So please be on the lookout because your scholar's school will reach out to you the week of August 3rd to schedule your parent-teacher conference. In order to ease into the new normal, we will only be having half days of instruction during the week of August 17th. We know that sitting at a computer all day will take some adjusting, so we are building in plenty of breaks for both the body and the brain. Attendance is mandatory, just like normal in-person school, and our teachers will be taking attendance. We are dedicated to allocating formal time each day to build strong scholar-teacher relationships and to build our scholars' social and emotional learning skills. So each day during the week of August 17th, we will have teacher-led instruction from 8 to noon, and then students will get a 30-minute lunch break. As we get into the full swing of virtual school with full school days, we will build in plenty of time for independent scholar work where teachers can connect on an individual basis with scholars. The time our teachers spend with each scholar, one-on-one, is just as important in a virtual environment. So starting the week of August 24th, we will have full days. Teacher-led instruction will happen from 8 to 12 each day, with a 30-minute lunch break and then a 30-minute recess break. And then students will do their independent work from 1 to 3. There will be a similar schedule for the week of August 31st. Starting in September, you will have a variety of school options for your scholar. When the county has approved schools to open for in-person learning, you will have 3 choices for your scholar: continue in virtual learning, transition back to in-person school for 5 days a week, or pick a hybrid model where students attend school 2 days a week and work from home 3 days a week. No matter which model is chosen, your scholar will receive the same high-quality International Baccalaureate education. The current date for scholars to transition back is September 8th for Dallas County scholars and September 28th for Tarrant County scholars. Tarrant County scholars will continue in virtual learning until September 28th. If the county changes the dates for reopening schools, we will communicate the new dates to families. Families will be asked to let us know which learning option they are choosing 2 weeks before we transition back in person. We also want to clarify that if you pick virtual learning for your scholar, you will be locked in to virtual learning for the full quarter. If you pick in-person schooling, you can switch to virtual at any time. Since virtual learning requires a computer, we want to make sure that every one of our scholars has access to a computer and the internet. So we will be giving out more Chromebooks starting the week of August 3rd. Each family who has requested a computer will receive communication from Uplift with the date, time, and location to pick up their scholar's computer, along with instructions and guidelines. If you did not sign up to get a Chromebook and you need one, please contact your operations director to get on the list. If you need help with internet access, contact your operations director as well. Uplift provides other online educational tools for your scholars to use to reinforce the virtual instruction they receive from their teacher. During the week of August 3rd, parents will receive an email from Uplift that contains a list of the EdTech tools that are available for your scholar. The email will contain the names of the EdTech tools and the general content area, math, reading, etc., and your scholar's access information, including the online web address, your scholar ID, and the scholar's password. During our surveys and town halls last spring, we repeatedly heard from parents, teachers, and scholars that it was difficult to keep track of multiple digital platforms and programs. For that reason, we decided to invest in a standard learning management system, LMS, for the 2021 school year. All Uplift teachers and scholars will have access to Schoology. This LMS will provide a centralized location for teachers to post their course content, assignments, and assessments that will be used for in-person, hybrid, and remote learning. We are choosing to use Schoology for all 3 learning models, so Uplift scholars will have an equitable education experience regardless of whether they are in person or remote. Moreover, in the event that we need to go into school closure, we can transition easily without losing valuable learning time. We know that there are multiple high-quality digital products to choose from. So this summer, we created a task force of teachers, leaders, and curriculum specialists to evaluate multiple products. Ultimately, this task force selected Schoology, which is one of the leading providers of K-12 education technology. One of the benefits of Schoology is that it allows teachers, scholars, and other technology systems to access the platform. The parent portal allows you to communicate with your scholars' teachers and to view your scholars' assignments and grades. Another benefit is that it is compatible with some of our content curricular tools and applications, so it's like a one-stop shop for you and your scholars. If you look on the screen, you can see a sample view of how the platform organizes the courses for scholars. On this sample course page, you can see some of the features of Schoology. Schoology allows scholars to engage in discussion with their peers, submit their assignments and track their grades, and receive classroom announcements and feedback from their teachers. During the first days of school, you and your scholars will receive an orientation from your campus on how to log in and use this platform. We are confident that Schoology will be a powerful tool for our scholars to engage in high-quality interactive instruction, even during remote learning. So what can you do today to prepare for virtual school? Pick up a Chromebook and charger from the school. Create a school workspace from home with internet access. Make sure your scholar will be able to attend virtual school every day according to the school schedule. Practice logging into Schoology so your scholar is ready for the first day. And prepare a school workspace at home free of distractions and with helpful school supplies available. We are excited to embark on this new adventure with each of you and appreciate your patience as we have worked to develop a learning environment that lives up to the standards that Uplift has established. Please visit www.uplifteducation.org/BTS2020 for all the latest news and information on our back-to-school plans. We are all in.